here's where I'm going to show you something. And Mom is furiously making kits in there. And coming over here and noticing a couple empty spots on my wall that drives me absolutely crazy.
So these are both ready.
Those are both ready and on the website. Great fall projects. But you know what I noticed with Bumpy? What do you notice?
That?
That I didn't reverse it for the rug hooking pattern. This was reversed for punch needle. I never flipped it.
But it's still bumpy.
It's not a deal breaker. We call it bumpy because it has raised warts on it. I love the raised warty pumpkins in the fall. So I did it by putting lots of French knots in my pumpkin. Mom did it by tying lots of knots, right?
I think it looks like molds.
Moles.
Yeah.
Then we have the jumbo sunflower. This is one of my favorites. I love the simple, chunky designs. Both are available for rug hooking and punch needle. Patterns or kits are available.
While you're talking, I'm going to give this a try.
And Mom is putting the finishing touches on the flag in the flower garden. I know a lot of you are waiting for this.
This is going to be released the week of solder.
This will be released the week of solder, both at solder and online. While we're at solder, which is the week of, there's no frame, is there?
It's like, I thought my hand is hitting something.
That's funny.
Okay.
You know what? When you're hooking on a frame, it's a good idea to have a frame.
And that's the thing for today. Just let me move over here.
Well, you gonna put it over here?
Yep.
Wait a minute. Yeah, that one does have a hook.
All right. We're going on.
Sorry for that little bit of.
Well, it wouldn't be normal
Yeah, I know, it
unless
wouldn't
we
be.
had some faux pas, for God's sake. It's, I'm going to use, I'm going to use chenille. That was funny, I'm sorry.
Mom's like, what? Wait, what? Whoa, what?
Well, and again, the stupidity, it was pretty low. So it's like, okay.
Well, you know.
All right, so
So you remember in the flag in the flower garden that Mom hooked all the outside border and then asked me to hook the flag because we wanted the flag to be a bit higher. And I pull my strips higher anyway when I'm hooking. So I did the flag. It took me forever. Yeah, that was me.
okay, so.
So now Mom's using, can I see what you're using? Let me show them.
Chenille.
She's using a chenille trim. Just because we wanted to use something different for the stars. We're going to do 13 stars for the original 13 colonies. And she's going to pull up, what, 2 loops? 2 or 3?
Well, I'm trying to decide. Do I pull up 2? Do I? Boy, this is tight.
It is?
Yes, it is.
I don't hook tight. But I think I hook tighter than I used to.
So there would be 1.
So she's traveling, which
I'm
normally
just
is a big no-no.
A big no-no, yeah.
And when I say traveling, I'll show you what I mean after.
I guess I would do 2 loops.
Hi, Sheila.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, see, I'm going to have to pull it out because I haven't measured
You haven't spaced
correctly.
properly.
So, but this is what I'm going to do.
So
5, 5, 3.
we're going to do 5 on the top, 5 on the bottom, and then 3 in the middle.
Or we could make a circle.
You
Could do a circle one with
but
13.
It's not really conducive for a circle,
No.
though. That's very
But
rectangular.
but this is what it's going to look like
So
underneath.
she's traveling with her chenilles. Instead of pulling up 2 loops and snipping, she is traveling over to the next hole.
I've gotten really easy peasy.
You've gotten really
Lazy. Let's see. But did you show them the difference between your hooking and my hooking, if they can see?
Yeah, so the flag does pop out just ever so slightly. The spacing,
Which-
she's not happy with the spacing. What I would recommend before she even starts hooking this is to take some chalk, since it's blue,
Yeah.
and make yourself some little dots sporadically, spaced correctly. You can, if you're ever so inclined, you can measure this to find the exact placement. I wouldn't, I would just eyeball it. Then your 3, then your 5. Again, with a little bit of chalk. Then once you're done hooking, if you still see the chalk, just take a moist paper towel and wipe it away. So I introduced this morning, you may have seen, you might not have seen, we have another new dye. It's tongues and teardrops, which is really nice if you make penny rugs, because, and we're going to show you how to use them in your penny rug. I need something to trace, something oval. I guess that I could just draw it with. I'm gonna do it kind of big. Somebody said, I love seeing you draw freehand. They don't know how I do it. And I'm like, well, I don't, because you can tell right there that that corner is lower than this corner. It's all right. Oh, one of the other compliments I'd like to say, Pat and Jessica came last week, and Pat said that she likes that I do things without any rules or kind of willy-nilly, and that made her realize that she could do things that way.
The kit in the flower garden, I don't know what the price of it's going to be yet, because I've got to total up all the figures.
I'm just going to cut this oval out of here. Is Pat on with us this morning? I know Jessica is.
Terry says she loves those dies. So does Julie. Julie's always thinking of what she can do new with it.
Well, and the thing is, that's not bad.
Okay, so that's your mat.
So
That's
this
what you're
is
going to
the
work
mat.
with.
I could probably trim it up a little bit there.
Yeah.
Using Mom's pennies, because I just wanted to show you that you would make a penny rug.
BJ, it is freeing to not have rules, to do what you want. That to me is the artistic side of people. Maybe I think, or you think, what I do looks like
Doo-doo?
yes. But if it makes you happy and you've done it, that's the artistic side of you. That's the artistic side of me.
Well, and you know how sometimes when you do something or show something to someone and they critique it and it kind of brings you down a notch?
Yes.
That doesn't feel good. And because the thing is, you have to trust yourself and you have to know what you like. And a lot of times as women, we are very forthright with our opinions. And I'm just, look, this is not anything. I'm just going to show you how you can use your tongues and teardrops.
Okay.
This is a nice die. I designed this die specifically with cutting in mind, because there are other dies out there that do tongues and teardrops, though not these particular shapes or sizes. And I wrote the sizes down, but they're back in my office. So check them out on the website
They're
to
not
find the
back
sizes.
in your brain, huh?
Yeah, but they are nice for stacking. If you have a penny rug and you,
Can I see that?
like, if you wanted to put that on the edges,
Yep.
you could. Or you could come right up to your pennies. Or you could have another piece of wool in here that's a different color. Put your pennies on that and then square it
That's cool.
so that you would put this all around.
Yep.
I happen to really like the teardrops.
Which surprises me, because I
Do
don't.
you remember, was it years ago? I stitched a penny rug for Lisa, and I think it had teardrops in it. I really like the
I
teardrops.
don't remember that.
I'm going to cut some. So, with this, with the
I want to
tongues,
see.
you can cut, you'll be able to get 12 small tongues with one pass, 9.
Tracy says your
medium?
blouse looks beautiful on you, Julie.
Thank you. I wasn't sure this was my color. I don't usually wear orange, but I don't know, it's comfortable. I thought we were going to be back in the storeroom today, so I wanted to dress comfortable. Anyway, you're going to get 12, 9, and 6 with one pass. Same with here, you're going to get 9, 9, and 12. It's not the same. Because you're going to put 3 layers on.
Okay.
When you're cutting, you can only cut the section you need. I'm going to show you. still having a little residual discomfort from my accident.
And no car yet.
No car yet. Hopefully this week my car was totaled, which was no great surprise to me. Let's do, so for the top, we're going to do...
Sheila, I knew you would. She said I just placed a nice order.
Every order's nice, right?
Yes.
I happen to really love the Jumbo Sunflower. And yes, that was featured in Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine a couple years ago. So if you have the magazine, you already have the pattern. You don't
As a
have to buy
punch
it.
needle?
As a
Yeah.
punch needle, yep. We have put it together for you for hooking with our favorite colors. So I'm just going to lay this bit over the small teardrops, and that's going to give me, what did I say, 9?
I thought you said 12, but I could be wrong.
Oh, you're right, 12.
Both Julie and I are in overdrive right now because of solder, so our memories are not great, or mine isn't.
Actually, I work better under pressure. I've gotten so much done in the last couple days.
Well, when you're saying that, you said
You
to
did
me...
too. You got 20
said
kits
to
made
me,
yesterday.
did you go upstairs and get those covers for those? And I said, I did not. You
I know.
gave them to me.
I
You
know.
went, I did?
I know, that was a total blonde moment. Or brain fart, whatever you want to say. And I remembered it after you said it. So that just gave me 12 perfectly cut little teardrops.
Now
That's going to
see-
be my top one.
Give me that piece right there, because see this, here's the sick side of me.
Why not? You could use it in the reverse.
I could, well, no, but you could use that, and then you could put a different color in it, and then you could buttonhole stitch
You
all
could
around
put
that.
a little berry in here. I
Yep.
mean, you can use it. Don't throw it away. God knows, Mom doesn't
And-
throw any wool away.
And that's why when I go and look for something every once in a while, I pull out stuff that I've saved for years because I was gonna do something with it.
See what I mean?
Yes.
This segues right into what we were just talking about. Mom goes, oh, I've got some of that wool. Can you use this? So now we're doing the medium pennies. Or teardrops, excuse me.
And I don't know if anybody else is this way, but the minute I throw it away, I need it that next week. I decide to make something, and it's what I've thrown away, so I can't. I've got to start all over again.
Yeah, you know how I was going to put the little brass rings on the purse that I showed last
Yeah.
week? I can't find them. I can't find them, and I know I have them. I know that they're somewhere.
We should also say, besides Pat, also and Jessica coming up, Joe and Sheila
Yep.
came up,
Joan and Sheila and
they're
Sandra came
all,
up from Washington State.
I know, they're all
weeks
Brandywine
ago.
people. That
And
was surprising on the same day.
please don't be mad if we've forgotten to mention you. We've had a lot of great visitors. We actually just discovered after 2 years we should put a guest book in the shop.
Yeah, it took us a little while again.
Yeah.
Slow learners.
So this is going to give me 9 medium pennies. I need to cut some more because I got 12 of the small ones.
See, I'm looking at this now, and my thoughts are going to Halloween. I'm seeing orange and black and green, or orange and black and dirty white, or
I'm seeing ways to use these other than for penny rugs in my head.
I know you're seeing flowers. I know you're seeing
yeah, you can
flower
do
petals, yeah.
sunflowers. This is with regular cotton, and my God, I got all of these with one pass, because with cotton you can put like 8 to 10 or 12 layers on. So, and it cuts through like butter.
Wow.
Butter. It cuts like butter.
Okay, man.
My mother-in-law. Have I told the fork in the road story?
I don't know if these people have heard that story, but go ahead.
My
tell it.
mother-in-law's from Massachusetts. We haven't told the story in a while.
No.
She's from Massachusetts, and I am from Vermont. I met my husband when he was at college and went down to spend the weekend with them or something, whatever. And we were going somewhere, and she told Bobby, take the fork in the road. And I'm like, what did your mother just say? She said to take the fork in the road. I'm like, fork. She said to take the fork in the road. So I'm like, oh my God. Did y'all think I said a bad word?
No, ours.
Now,
no,
my
ours-
mother-in-law is as Catholic as can be and does not say a cross word. So I knew she didn't say that word. She said fork. Did I lose some of you?
We have talked about that many times.
I say it. Take the fork in the road. Said with love, mother-in-law.
And I always get a chuckle out
I'm
of
not gonna
Michael
get that
because
many.
I don't know. Michael, when he gets with people from Massachusetts, all his accents come back. It's like he's lost
Oh,
them
yeah.
a bit. But then when he gets with family, it's like, wow, who is that guy talking?
And it's not like Vermont is that far away. How come we don't have that accent? Although they say Vermonters do have an accent. I think it's like a...
Someone asked if you were bringing that spot by the door punch needle patterns and kits.
I am.
Yes.
I'm not sure about kits because Valdani's out of a lot of colors right now, so bear with me with the kits. I could try to help you choose similar colors because I am bringing my Valdani wagon. This cut half because I didn't put a full piece on.
For Maine, we don't say ours either. I know
No,
you don't
Maine
know.
Maine people have an accent. So, but we have been told, we've been somewhere where someone said, "You're from Vermont, aren't you?"
Mm-hmm.
We're like, "How do you know?" I think it's a rural country. Remember Corny?
Yes, I too
Remember how
remember
Corny
Corny.
talked?
Yes.
Corny was this dirty old man that used to come.
And when we sang Dirty Old Man, he lived up in the mountains, and he would come in July with
Go ahead, tell the story.
a red flannel shirt on with his, what do I want to call it, underwear on underneath his
His long
long
johns.
underwear, which had been on him for a very, very, very long time. So you never wanted to stand next to him. But one day, I was bent over folding down a bread rack thing, and he came in and he slapped me on the butt. And that got a
What did you do, Mom?
response from me, and my Mamie finger came out. And I said, "Don't you ever, ever do that again."
That was before the Me Too.
And he said, "Well, you didn't mean anything by it." And I was mad. That's a good saying. I was mad. I don't get mad very often, but I was mad. I could have mopped the floor with him.
When she says the Mamie finger, Mamie was my grandmother. It's Mom's mother. And Mamie always was perfectly coiffed. Is that how you say it? Coiffed.
Yes.
Mamie always dressed to the nines, and she wore Estee Lauder perfume.
Yes.
She always had red lipstick on and red fingernails, and you
Yeah.
knew Mamie was serious when she lifted up her
She
finger.
put that finger out. You knew that you
Yeah.
better be quiet.
Yeah, you better just sit down because Mamie's got that finger out, and she's going to tell you off.
Well, my finger came out with corneas. It's a wonder my finger didn't come up to
Mamie was ahead of her time.
the obscene thing. Yes, she was.
I think you're getting the point, but I really like this. This is very neutral and monochromatic.
Now, see, I see lots of colors.
Realistically, I should have brought another color for the top because it's kind of boring, all white.
Yep.
But this is the wonderful thing about pennies, and you really, pennies and tongues and teardrops, you really have to take your time for placement. You really have to think of your colors. But is that not gorgeous?
Estee Lauder what was her scent on the Estee Lauder? Oh, it's as old as, I'm going back 50 years ago. It was probably the original scent that they had. I have to tell you, if I were doing this, I would probably do a lot of colors, but I like this like it is. It's very muted.
This is, very antique farmhouse.
Yeah.
But this, I think we need to finish this because this is pretty nice.
No, we don't. And you cannot have these.
Oh.
Those are, the youth do, yes. These are mine.
Shoot.
Get your own.
Shoot. Maybe one of these as your star point.
Oh, that would be cool.
You
That
just
would be
never
very
know.
cool.
Anyway.
I think when we leave, we should take one of these over and put it on that last point on the star and see what it does to it.
So I always make, when I design, specifically the dies, when I'm designing the dies, I don't want to just, it can be quite a bit of money, so I don't want you to have to buy a die with just one purpose. We've got the fringe dies, we've got the petal dies, we've now got the circle dies, we've got the tongues and teardrops. So it's my job to try to think of lots of different ideas for you to use them.
Well, what did I tell you I would like for an applique?
You want crows.
I want a crow, but I want a crow that I can put his wings on him separate, and I can put his tail on him separate, and I can put his
You
beak
want
on him
his
separate.
wings on his wings separate?
I want to be able to place the wings. Like, there's a rug I did years ago this way to the garden, where there were like crows, but they had red wings on them. Do you remember that?
Gotcha. Well, yeah. You should tell me these things not on camera.
Okay.
So anyway, my mind is racing with ideas on how to use this. What do you see here?
I see a flower petal.
I see a peacock feather.
Okay. Yeah.
Except maybe with a penny here. If you were doing an applique piece and you were doing a bird, you could stagger so that it comes down. I mean, you just really have to open your eyes to creativity.
Yes, a red-winged blackbird. Hey,
This right here could be used for your bird wings.
Yes, it could.
This could be, again, you could take it and gather it. You could make petals with this.
Yeah.
You can use cotton and just put them on. This is our stitching linen. And
feather.
you can just layer these on.
Let me see what this looks like on that.
Yeah, you can combine cotton and wool.
Yeah.
Turkey feathers, flowers, trees. Why can't you do a Christmas tree? Why couldn't you do a... Why couldn't you do a feather tree with... I would probably use the small. Or the medium. Oh, a little tree with little leaves that come out like this.
Yeah.
Stitch them with your needle, wrap them around your branches. I tell you, it's the reason I don't sleep is because I'm constantly trying to think of new ways to use things.
And the reason I don't sleep is because she says, "What do you think, Mom?" What do you
I'll come
think,
down.
Mom?
Mom will come downstairs in the morning. I'll say, "You know what I
What do you
thought of?"
think?
What do you? Or she'll come down saying, "Hey, you know that thing? Did you see this or whatever?" It's a good problem to have. But anyway, this is what you can use your tongues and teardrops for. The tongues really should go more along a straight edge. So if you were doing, here's what I'm thinking for this.
A straight or an oval? Can you
Straight or
use-
oval,
okay.
yeah. I'm thinking if you took, it's not going to be big enough. For those of you not in the know, wool tears straight on the edge. It's a woven fabric. Some people are...
Somebody just said turkey feathers is what they say when they're flustered, and I wished I was as nice as you were when I'm flustered with words that I use. I have to tell you, I'm reading a good book right now. It's called, in the United States we would call it Clementine, but in England it's Clementine. And it's about Winston Churchill's wife and how she was, I want to say, behind him all the way. And I say this irritably from a woman's point of view. She was behind him all the way, helping him. And she didn't get a lot of credit. And I'm watching a great show on Discovery Plus. It's the Magnolia one, and it's called Florette's Garden. I just watched one last night. It's
Did I not
really
cut more
interesting.
larges?
I have no
I
idea.
probably didn't.
Okay, so
And this is going to be a little boring because I used the same wool for my picture for the
It
website.
is. I read every night when I go to bed because I'm really sick of there's nothing on TV, so I read for about a half hour,
Well, there is the Olympics.
40 minutes.
Not into the Olympics.
I'm not into the Olympics this year.
Here's
Put
my
a couple
problem.
of teardrops on top of that for
Here's
me.
my problem. Why do they have to tell us before the damn event? It flashes across my phone. I know I could turn off my notifications, but you turn on the news and they tell you, you're like, wait, la 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 la. I don't want to know. I already knew about Simone Biles yesterday.
No.
You could put a teardrop in there.
So there's a ton of different ways you could go.
There is. You have to imagine that we're staying with the different colors, like this over here. Imagine that these tongues are this color. If you're going with the monochromatic, but then I might cut out like letters that say I don't know. You could do any kind
Happy
of design
Halloween.
in here. You could do gather. You could do harvest. You could do just make yourself a little penny rug. I of course would do 1, 2, 3, 4 tongues here. If I only wanted to do the small, that probably makes more sense.
Yeah.
Put them here, put them here. And there's nothing more relaxing than stitching pennies and tongues.
Someone just said they like the backstories. I do like the backstories in the Olympics
Me
where you
too.
find out
I
about.
and that's why I'm watching them, because we turn it on at 8. Okay, I turn it on at 8 because I love the theme song. It just makes you feel so good. So anyway, I turn it on, and then they start talking immediately about a story, a backstory about someone, and then you're rooting for them, and it's just nice to see that.
Now
So.
see, this small penny would look good. A small penny right there would look really good.
I don't have any.
I know.
Yes, you could do. You probably have to do a smaller one.
Yeah.
You could do the large and the medium with this small penny right here.
Yep.
So these are I was excited about this die. This is a really good die. If you do any kind of applique work, you're going to want to add this to your collection. But it also broadens your mind. Here I go into salesman mode again. It also broadens your horizon. You're going to see something. You're going to be out somewhere, and you're going to be like, oh, that's the shape of my teardrops. I could do that with this.
Yep.
So don't just limit yourself to using these for pennies or teardrops or, just for penny rugs. They can be used so many different ways. And that is what we have for you today. This is probably going to be a little short again because we are busy.
Be kind this week. We will see you next week. It may be short and sweet, but we will be here, and then we will be on the road to solder, and we'll keep you posted on solder. All right.
All right, so everybody
All right.
have a good day and have a
kind,
good
people.
week, and we'll see you next Wednesday.